Hello there, everybody. I hope you're all having an absolutely amazing day today. We've got blue skies today and the air is clear. This is why the video is a day late this week. Yesterday's air around here was really affected by the fire over on the coast, the Woodside fire. And I've got asthma, so I could not even be upright. Never mind do a video for you guys. So today is fabulous. It's a wonderful day to be alive and breathing and living through this heat wave. And that's what we're going to talk about today. I'm in the rose garden here at Cottage Gardens of Petaluma, and I'm going to focus on rose care during a heat wave because there are a bunch of really important facts you need to know if you want to keep your roses thriving, happy, and blooming for the whole rest of this season. So follow along. I'm going to jump right in and tell you all you need to know to keep your roses happy during a heat wave. Let's talk about what a heat wave does to the rose and what heat stress might look like. Many of your roses are probably really well established with deep roots, and they're going to come through okay, but any of your newer roses may be struggling. So what you're going to be looking for there are wilted foliage, cooked out blooms, and just you're going to know your plant is stressed. The foliage tends to wilt the leaves down a little bit to try to conserve moisture, and the leaves basically will cook right on the rose bush. So you already know your plant is under some stress. You want to do everything possible to reduce the stress level on your rose bushes and to ensure that it's going to feel a lot better going forward. So what do you want to do? First up, watering. Now, watering during a heat wave is probably the most crucial thing that you can do because during a heat wave with unexpected heat, your rose needs more water than it normally would. So you might have your rose bushes all on drip already. That's great. But right now we're going through something your roses are not used to. So they're going to need extra water. Best thing to do early in the morning, get right in at the roots and give it a really deep watering. Now you want to do it early in the morning so that you're setting your rose bush up for a whole day of water being down around the roots. A long deep soak for every one of your rose bushes is really the best strategy. And the way you can do it, this bush is so vigorous and it's on a slope too, so the way you're going to do it, get it down as close as you can to the root system and really double check that the water's going down into the roots and not flowing off down the hill like this started out by doing. Another thing that's really important right now is double check the mulch, not just around your roses, but around all of your plants. Because mulch is great. It conserves moisture, keeps weeds away, stops those weeds from stealing all the water that you're just watering your roses with. And it's just all around a great thing because when it breaks down, it actually adds nutrients to the soil. We love our microbark here. It's a fine fir bark that breaks down really beautifully. So beyond mulch, what else can you do to keep those roses happy? So you're giving them a good deep water in the morning. They're on their regular drip system, so they're going to get irrigated during the day. A third thing to do later in the day, after the sun is down a little bit lower, is to give them a misting of water. That'll cool all the air down around your rose bush immediately. Just a real nice wet down the foliage. Late in the evening, because you do this earlier in the day, sometimes those little droplets sit on the foliage, end up causing little spots of sunburn. So late in the day, a really nice mist of water. Going to keep your rose bush super happy. Okay, some of your newly planted roses may still really be struggling in your garden right now because it is just so hot. And this heat wave is going to last a couple more days, and you really cannot be hovering over your rose bush nonstop for the next 4 or 5 days. That's where umbrellas come in. Temporary shade cloth, an umbrella, pop it over your newly planted rose. It is really going to appreciate it. Changes the temperature underneath the umbrella, by a number of degrees. But the main thing it's doing is keeping the sun's really hot rays off the foliage, off the blooms, and really helping it get through the heat wave. You're not going to have to do that with your really established roses unless it's super intense, like 115 degrees, or some incredible jump in temperatures that your garden's never experienced before. But those new roses, they're not fully established yet. Those roots are not all the way down. So a little bit of shade in the form of an umbrella, shade cloth, anything that you can do to help it out, that's really going to go a long way towards keeping your rose happy and healthy. One more thing I want to talk about before we move on to the next thing is fertilizing, feeding your rose bushes. Is this a good idea or is it not a good idea? Well, in my opinion, now is not the time to fertilize your roses. They're already dealing with stress. You just basically want to right now have them hunker down and get through this stressful period of the heat wave. So you've got them watered beautifully, you've deadheaded, you've checked for pests. Once we're through this heat wave and the temperatures are back to normal weather patterns, now that's a great time to fertilize. What do you want to fertilize with after this heat wave is over with? You want to give them a great fertilizer that pushes blooms so that you get one more cycle of amazing blooms before the fall kicks in. I'll show you exactly which fertilizers I recommend in just a second. All of these are really great choices for feeding your roses once the heat wave is over. This might be my favorite. I'm not sponsored, not affiliated, but for buds and blooms, this really produces the best results. With this, a very close second. So there you have it, everybody. I hope this video was helpful, and now you're a little closer to knowing what to do during these extra hot days and how you can keep your garden, especially your roses, not just surviving, but actually thriving. And don't forget all the things you got to do, watering being the most important. Because we live in an amazing place here in Zone 9B. Our gardens need to be gorgeous and leafy and fabulous all year long so that we can get outside and enjoy them. But yeah, if you can come on in and visit Cottage Gardens of Petaluma, I still have an array of fabulous roses for you to choose from, plus lots of other gorgeous plants. If you can't make it in, get outside in your own garden. That's the most important thing. But you can also follow me on Facebook or Instagram. Just drop me a comment. How hot did it get at your place this week? Again, I'm Fionuala here in Zone 9B, Northern California. We had smoky skies yesterday, clean, gorgeous skies today, and it is a wonderful day to be outside in the garden. So everybody, hope you're having a great day. I'll see you next time. In the meantime, happy gardening.